Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Dilly Sims and today we're doing a fun speed build. So today's speed build is it was supposed to start off as just a train. As you can see, I'm putting in the train right now. It was just supposed to be the train, and then I was looking at pictures and it hit me and I was like, why not make a train station? And so it's a train station with an actual train that you could go into and like sleep, eat, that's all you can do, make drinks, low-key party. It's a really small train, but I took inspiration for the actual train, not the train station, from Murder on the Orient Express. I watched that movie, I don't know, like a year ago, 2 years, no, it was like a year and a half ago. I'm gonna say a year ago, about a year ago, and that in the movie the train is very elegant and classy and rich people ride in it, and there happens to be a murder in it, but if you want to murder people in this train, you can, go for it. I approve. Where was I going with this? But yes, that's where I took inspiration from, so that's why the inside of the train cars, they all look really nice and fancy. And the sleeping arrangements, this is the first time I've ever made bunk beds in The Sims, but I did put some bunk beds, and their quarters where they sleep in are very, very, very small. And there's one bookcase and one dresser, and there's two sleeping quarters. So it's just really, really tiny. And the first car closest to the caboose, I hope I'm using these train terms properly, that's the dining car, where if you were pretending to be on a train in The Sims, that's where you would go to like eat with your rich friends and not starve to death. It's just a very nice looking train. And I did include little like step areas, I don't know what they're called, like those things so you can get in and out of the car. But I put one in both cars. I'm not familiar with trains. I don't feel like anyone really rides the train anymore. And I'm sorry, train stations, but you're probably gonna be irrelevant in the next few years. Actually, Family Guy did poke fun at like the dying train station type of thing, if that makes any logical sense. Peter and his, what is it called? Father-in-law, Peter Schmidt, what's his name? Carl? No. Carson? No. I'm gonna name him Mr. Peter Schmidt. He lost all his money, and so Peter and him were trying to like earn his money back, so they try to rob a train like cowboys or something. And the train conductor's like, oh, nobody rides the train anymore, and there's no one on the train, and they're trying to rob like the conductor. And yeah, that's basically where I'm going with that. Trains are gonna become obsolete. If not in the next few years, I give it 20 or less years. Trains will become obsolete. There will be better types of transportation. Planes will I'm hoping planes, planes, and automobiles. I really hope that planes become cheaper to fly. Oh, well, I mean, I only fly to like the Azores, but there's only like one airplane company. It's not like here in America where you have like JetBlue, Red America, or Virgin America. There's only one airplane company to and from the Azores, and that is the shitty airplane company, also known as SATA. And sorry, I'm gonna go on a rant right now about airplanes, the Portuguese airplanes. I feel like SATA, the airplane company, buys old airplanes that other companies don't want anymore, and then paint them to look like other trains. I keep calling them trains. Other planes that they have. And it's just not safe. whatsoever. When you're flying in the plane, A, some of the seatbelts don't work. B, I don't know about other planes, because again, I don't fly anywhere else but to the Azores every like 4 years. They have straps, like if you're holding an infant, they have a strap for you to like strap your baby to your seatbelt. So in case, you know, you're like falling, in case you let go of your baby, which I don't think any mother would, or father, but you like strap it's like a seatbelt for the baby that goes around the baby's waist, and then it like has a string, so you hook it onto your own seatbelt, and it's unsafe. It is so unsafe. It's just, oh, the TVs, they're not like flat screen TVs like Virgin America or whatever has. They're not like good TVs or like individual TVs. It's one big, it's not even one. It's like there's one big screen at the very front of the cabin or whatever. And the entire time it's like getting bad reception or something, or bad signal. And if you've ever watched TV with a bad signal, you know, there's like lines going through the TV because it's not like good signal. And then they have like every few rows a big square box TV that comes out of the ceiling, and it's a really old school TV. Like you can just tell it's so old. And it's just, I don't even know what to say. It's just so horrible. And some of the TVs don't work. Some of them turn blue on you, like during whatever movie they're playing. And sometimes it's not even a movie. Like, I think it was either the last time I went or the time before that. I saw the flight attendant literally take a cassette, like a cassette. Like they recorded a TV show. I forgot what it was. No, it was How I Met Your Mother. They recorded How I Met Your Mother on a cassette, and then they put it into a VCR and played it throughout the entire cabin. But somehow that VCR is connected to all the TVs. But I was like, no way. Is it like 2000, I don't know, what's 4 years ago? 2012, between 2010 and 2012, there is no way that anyone in America, or maybe even in the Azores, no way are they using cassettes. Nobody uses cassettes anymore. It's all about DVDs. And then they play movies that are so outdated. I'm saying so outdated, but I mean like they've been out on DVD or cassette for a few years. What did they play? I think last time they played 21, but I think 21 is only like a movie from 2006. But if I'm in an airplane, I want to see a movie that I haven't watched like 3 times already. And that's my rant about planes. Let me get back to the build. Sorry about that, everyone. So, this dining car is obviously very extravagant. You would sit here and you would have to wear really nice dainty gloves. And I wanted to make everything look very consistent. That's why every single table is the same. And every single table has like the little menu and a flower. There's a buffet in the corner. So instead of like a chef, you just serve some food. Right now I'm working on the sleeping quarters. And I, for some reason, found it so stressful just to make the sleeping quarters, trying to match everything and make it look nice. But it's just like a 3x3 room. And being a 3x3 room, you can't shove a whole bunch of stuff in there. And, oh, I should have added a mirror now that I think about it. Yeah. It's just such a small room that you can't really personalize it too much. And being that it's like a train station, it's not somebody's bedroom, so you can't give them like a personality like, oh, a teenage boy and a teenage girl live in this room. That's why there's clothes on the floor and posters. You can't really do stuff like that because it's a bedroom in a train. Like, the train already comes with these bedrooms or sleeping quarters. And, oh, I had to like do something, so I stopped. And where was I? So yeah, you can't really personalize it if it comes with the train. It's like going to sleep at a hotel for one night. You can't really personalize it because the hotel cannot be personalized to each person's individual personality, likes, dislikes. I mean, I guess just a little bit, but you know, the hotel has its rooms with a boring, ugly beige color and boring, ugly, like, bed sheets. And you can't really do anything about it because that's what the hotel comes with. You just have to suck it up and sleep in the bed. The clock I did make bigger using the bracket keys and the move objects on, or else it would have just been a little itty bitty clock. And I decided that the itty bitty the clock tower needed another like room to make it not just a rectangle, but like, you know, rectangle and a rectangle. If that makes any sense, it does to me. And then for some personality, I just added some pillars to make it look nice all around the train station, right? Yes, all around the train station. Sorry, I recorded this like 3 days ago while watching Archer. God, I love Archer. I have watched reruns of Archer and like watched it all on Netflix and then finished it and then rewatched it from the beginning again. I love Archer. And then like my favorite part about Archer is you have to have like some knowledge because they'll like, let me think of, okay. So Mallory is getting on, well, a train, and I know it's funny because, you know, we're making a train station. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water because I've been talking for like, I don't know how many minutes, a long time. And Mallory was getting into a train, and she was talking to this black, like, I don't want to say conductor. He's like a flight attendant for the train attendant. You know, they carry the bags, and she goes, "George, can you put the bags in?" And then everyone was like, "Whoa, you can't call him that." And if you don't understand that, I didn't understand it the first time I watched it, but you know, I went to school and I learned more, and and then you realize that it's a civil rights movement type of thing, because before black people had their 100% rights, which I mean still it's not like 100%, but when they had less rights, people wouldn't even care about learning a black person's name. They would just call them George if they were a man. And so her calling him George, Lana and Archer were like, "You can't call him that." And I didn't understand it until the second time I watched it, and I was like, oh, she can call him that because it's racist. But just kidding, his name was actually George. But they didn't know that. And I know that might sound really stupid, like, Dylan, that's not entertaining or funny. I think you're stupid. Well, thank you. But I thought it was funny. So I didn't think it was funny. I thought, like, wow, I'm just a little bit smarter. And that's what I like about Archer, is you have to have, like, knowledge. You can't just be, like, a dumb person. You can't just, it's not like watching Family Guy. And I love Family Guy. It's a good show to, like, just sit there and just, like, let stupidity come at you. I'm for that all day, every day. But Archer, you have to have a little bit of knowledge. And they do educate you. I don't, if you really pay attention and sink in some of their knowledge. Like, in one episode, I forget which one, Archer gets shot, and Lana's like, "What's your blood type?" And he's like, "I don't know. Who do you think I am? Dr. blah 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 blah." And she's like, "Who's that?" He's like, "The guy who discovered blood types." And she's like, "You don't know your own blood type, but you know the doctor who found out blood types?" And he's like, "Yeah, Lana." And, you know, like, that type of knowledge most people wouldn't get, but I like that they include that in Archer. It's not just, like I said, it's not just like Family Guy where you just sit there and just let stupidity, like waves of stupidity, hit you in the face. And I know this is just a very long, boring rant, and you guys probably hate me for talking about something that doesn't really matter. But I love Archer. Watch Archer. It's on Netflix. Right now I'm just making the lounge. This was like so boring to make because it's just a sitting room. Or waiting room. Waiting area. It was just so boring. And it's just so plain. And I wanted to keep like an old-timey theme. Because I didn't want to make like a modern, new train station with glass windows and a whole bunch of other stuff. I wanted to keep it really western-y, like you'd see in an old western film. Because, I don't know, when I think of train stations, I don't think of, I don't know, BART. If you're in California, BART is a train station. It's more like a shuttle, but it's a train. I've never been on it. You know, and that's like a modern train, which goes really fast, and you know, it's all modern, and I've never been in the BART station, so I have no place to talk like I know what I'm talking about. Oh, and here I'm adding a, like, I was gonna say locker room, but like a place, employee, break room, a break room for your employees. So there's a fridge so they can put their food in, a little counter space, a garbage can, a sink, and a microwave. Which, did I add a coffee maker? I feel like I should have added. Yes, I did! I know myself very well. Everybody needs a coffee maker. And it's just a very tight room, so if you find out that your Sims can't play in it, I am very, very sorry. But it's very authentic. I tried to make it look like a average person's break room. I mean, my break room at work is modern, but they recently remodeled. And I hate the idea of a break room. Okay, so there's this guy. I'm gonna call him Lucas. Yes, Lucas. Lucas, at my work, there was a time when he had to take his break separate from everybody else's because he talks with his mouth full. No, he chews with his mouth open. That was the problem. And he makes like Mexican food, and it stinks up the entire break room. And I believe that everyone, when they're on their break, they should feel free to watch whatever they want on their phones. But if you're in there with other people, you should respect them and either A, put in headphones, B, lower it, or C, just turn it off. And I'm a fan of just turning it off and talking to my coworkers because I'm a good person. But no, he will watch like WWE and a whole bunch of stupid shit that no one really cares about. Super loud because he's partially deaf in the break room. And you can't really have a conversation because WWE is playing so loud out of his speakers, which I don't know how a normal iPhone could be so loud. And another thing I hate about our break room, about my break room situation, is there are stains on, I believe, if not one, but every single chair you sit on, there is a stain. I understand accidents happen, but Jesus Christ, people, I am accident prone. Like, if you give me a cup to hold, there is a 99.9% chance I'm going to drop it. So how the hell can you spill soup on your chair? I haven't done anything like that to those chairs, so I'm just really world-spinningly confused. Because if anything, that would have been me to spill something. And it just really grosses me out that I'm sitting there on a stain. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm batshit crazy, which I know I'm batshit crazy. And I'm sorry, this is just a very ranty vlog. Or not even a vlog, it's just a speed build. Sorry, everybody. But yeah. Oh, and here I'm finishing up the bathrooms. I hate doing bathrooms in The Sims. Like, scratch that. There's a love-hate relationship with bathrooms. I make all my bathrooms look more or less the same. And here I was trying to build, like, stalls, but it's only like a 3x3 room, so I couldn't really build stalls that look nice. So it's just a one-person bathroom. And the woman's bathroom is a little bit bigger and has a chair, so I don't know if they take a massive shit and they need to, like, recover, they can take a seat. Which, now that I think about it, at work, because I'm the janitor sometimes, so don't think I'm just going into the women's restroom for fun. The women's restroom, and we have 2 of them, both of the women's restrooms, they have chairs in there. Why? I mean, the men's restroom doesn't have chairs. Do you guys know why? I would love to know why there's chairs in the women's restroom and not in the men's restroom. And if it's like this in every other restaurant that you go to, please let me know, because I'm fascinated as to why it's like that. Am I coming close to the end of the video? No, I still have some time to annoy you guys. And I'm just gonna finish up this little room. I don't know what it's called. The, like, check-in? It's like when you go to the movie theaters and you have to go to the windows, the ticket box. Ticket box! We'll call it the ticket box. It's really, you know, office-y. I'm gonna put some clutter all over the desk to make it look like people have been there. Files. I put a picture frame. Just very cluttered with crap. And of course, you guys can check this out, this lot out in the gallery. I believe it'll be under, I don't know, train station? That seems very, very boring. A very boring name. Tumbling train station? No. I wanted something with, like, alliteration or something that's very catchy. I'm really bad at stuff like that. Western, I'm just gonna name it Western Train Station, and you guys can download it. It's gonna be in the gallery, of course. And if you can't find it under Western Train Station, you can always find it under my name, which is DillonApple, DillonApple. And you could definitely find it there along with everything else I've ever built in The Sims. Well, not everything, because I mean, I built a few things before I started YouTube that I'd never put into the gallery, which I'm really sad because sometimes I build really nice houses that I'm really proud of. But whatever. And I feel like I'm coming close to the end. No, I still have some time. Like, a lot of time. I'm just doing some outdoor landscaping. But I think I'm just gonna leave it off there, and like, subscribe, comment, do all those fun YouTube things, and I will catch you next time. Bye, everybody.